Hello traders, John at StockBookie.com. Today we're looking at the XBI. Let's get right into the charts and let's see which way we think this thing could possibly move to. I'm going to put some trend lines in here. Oops. If I can, there we go. I'm going to put it right here. We never got below these guys here. So that's one trend line. Let's stick a fib up into this area. I want to see where this thing retraced to and see if this thing's running out of steam here. Yep, 750. That's where these things are typically going. So check this out. So on the daily time frame, we get up to here, which is gap fill. We have another one here, which it could possibly get to, and then this high pivot there. So if some biotechs get some news, everything looks great, yeah, this thing could possibly go up. But the one thing that I'm looking at is we're kind of in a channel. I don't know. We got this area here. Let's see. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, we did have this channel. I guess we could, look at that. Kind of like this a little better. Because, so we broke into this area, came right back in. Broke up into that area, came right back in. We got into the 200 moving averages, actually bearish consolidation, then we broke up. I think like the BII had some news or Biogen, so we got a rocket ship up, light volume on the SPY, the Qs, the IWM, so we're just going to float up on this in these markets. But the thing that's catching my eyes, if we're in this channel, we're trying to get above this area, which was a gap fill in the 750 retrace. It can never get above that area, so we got above, didn't recapture, then we almost confirmed above this trend line and didn't, and we broke down, tried it again, broke down, got below it. Try to retrace to the high again on this trend line, couldn't get above it, and now we're closed below the 20 MA. Still in a bullish stance, we're above the MAs, but now we're closed below the 20. What's got to happen is some news, some upgrades, something on the biotechs, or they might have earnings, one of them might have earnings this week, and we get a move up. But if that doesn't happen, we're going to watch for a pattern here, and let's see if this thing's setting up to possibly go down. It needs to get above the $65 level. Next area of resistance will be 67.28, which is gap fill. Then, like I said, you have another gap fill right in there, right around 70 bucks. And then ultimately, this high pivot here when it broke down back in December. So again, we're in a channel. We've been going up and down, but look at this too. We're in a huge bearish pattern too. You go downwards and sideways, that's bearish. You know, even though we're above the moving, these two moving averages and just closed below the 20, this is a bearish setup. Let's go to the bigger time frames now. Same thing with this one. So we come back in off this setup. Now we're bearish consolidation, kind of choppy sloppy in the channel like I showed you on the daily. We got above the 50 MA and we confirmed, but we never got above the 382 retrace, and actually we're starting to come back in. So if you're bullish on this chart, you're looking to stay above these MAs and you want this 20 to curl up into price and this have a nice bullish consolidation, and then boom, we're going to probably go back up and fill this gap and maybe into the 618. If this thing fails and the markets start to dump and we get below these MAs, then we're going to fast track right down to the trend line. I drew this one in earlier, down to this trend line here. This will be a good area of support, guys, for maybe a 1 or 2 day bounce. If it cracks this level, then we're definitely going to those lower pivots and then possibly lower. We'll hit this area first down in here, and then ultimately into double bottom down in here around 44 bucks. And if this market starts to go, look out. This thing's going to just bomb. Like they say, it's taking the staircase up, then the elevator down. Let's go to the monthly. Monthly even, oh man, I love this setup. Look at this. It was just like the IBB. So it comes in, bearish consolidation, breaks down, another bearish inside bar, comes into this 20 MA. I would have loved to have hit that 20 MA and then pull back. But let's pull out the fib on this one too. Fibonacci. Let's go from here to there. Yeah, so we're right into the 618 fib. Look at this. So it could not get above the 6.8. We tried to get to the 750. Big inside bar, and where this thing closed right here, this is bearish. When an inside bar play closes and then it retraces up in a bearish manner, man, these markets break down. This one's going right down to 50 bucks, 51.70, and then boom, and then I think we're going to head down to 44.42 if we get a good breakdown. Then maybe short-term buyer. Ultimately, the markets break down and everything works out, we're going to 40 bucks. That's what I'm seeing on this chart, at least. Again, a little bit more bearish on the markets. We've been floating up on nothing. This is a great inside bar. Be careful with these charts. If you get a little more upside into the 66, 67, take your profits. If we get above this inside bar on a monthly close around 69, then we could possibly move up and fill this gap. But let me tell you, this big breakdown bar here, you had a lot of people who bought this thing on the hype and, oh, it's about to break out. And then when it broke down, so you have a lot of people holding the bag right up in this area. So if the closer we get up into this high red bar, sell bar, the more you're going to get people just taking their money and at break even and say, you know what, I'm done with this thing. I can't do it anymore. And then plus we have 7 months of consolidation. That's pretty massive. And we're into a 7.5-year bull run as well. Again, just be careful in these markets. All right, well, hopefully I helped some people to see what I'm seeing on the biotech ETF XBI. If you have any questions or comments, send me an email at stockbookie@gmail.com. Other than that, thanks everybody for watching. God bless. See you on the charts.